Every year in January, people all around the world give up drinking, whether it's part of their New Year's resolutions or they're just trying to take it easy after partying hard during the holidays. The entire event has become known as Dry January. I've never taken part in this. There's probably times where I should have taken part, but today I am taking part, at least in the fact that I am trying out non-alcoholic drinks of all kinds. We've got mocktails, we've got beer, we've got wine, we've got alcohol. Well, that's not actually alcohol. It's liquor. We've got liquor, but all completely alcohol-free, or at least less than 0.5% alcohol by volume. If you've been on Amazon or you follow Tom Holland, you've seen these brands, you've heard of them. They have them in my grocery store. They're all over. But what we're trying to find out is, do any of them taste any good? And if you enjoy a drink now and again, are any of them worthwhile replacements? I have my doubts. I don't know what I want to start with first. I kind of want to start with the beer. No, I don't, because I feel like the beer's almost the finale. Are the bottles gonna fall? Nope. I feel like the mocktails and the beer are the main event. So let's start with, you know what, let's get what I know just is not gonna go well. Let's get the wine out of the way. Well, I guess I should still drink it out of a wine glass, shouldn't I? And maybe have some other glasses. I don't know. I am currently breaking glasses while looking for them. Oh, this is heavy. Now we have a little more room. First, the wines. So our pink bottle is Chateau Diana alcohol removed wine, California Rosé. It was $6.99 at Home Goods. And if cheap alcoholic wine is any indication, cheap non-alcoholic wine, probably also not too much to be expected from it. This I got from Amazon. It is Saint Viviana Cabernet Sauvignon de-alcoholized wine. It is not what I ordered. I just want to make that clear. In a rare misstep, I got the complete wrong thing from Amazon. I had ordered a different non-alcoholic wine. Really the only difference was whatever grapes it's supposed to come from, that was supposed to be a red blend. Realistically, they both have the same rating, it's not great. And I didn't care enough to reorder it. And Amazon begrudgingly refunded me anyway. So it's what we're drinking. On the more expensive front, this around $20. Cost, I mean, like any alcohol really, cost is something we're gonna talk a lot about. Let's get into taste. Interesting if de-alcoholized tastes more like wine than grape juice. Well, technically they are both de-alcoholized because this is alcohol removed wine, the rosé. It was just written differently. A lot of these are available on Amazon, and looking at the numbers of the reviews already lets you know people aren't that into many of these, but I also think expectations are important. What is this? Is $7.50. It says three servings. I thought you're supposed to get 4 servings out of a bottle of wine. I don't drink a lot of Cab Sav. That's why I was kind of wanted a red blend I was maybe more familiar with, but I think I drink enough to be able to tell. And I love a good bottle of rosé, and I've had both good and bad alcoholic rosés, so I'll be able to tell you where this one lands. Surprisingly smells like it. I think I drink enough, period. I think it was one of the non-alcoholic liquors. Somebody mentioned adding apple cider vinegar to it. So vinegar seems to be something people are kind of using to substitute the bite of alcohol, but also some wine just has a vinegary smell. So I think that's a little bit more in line with wine. Actually has a wine smell, which again, the kind of vinegariness, not that surprising. Color, believable. Easily used for a movie or photo shoot. I don't know, what do they usually use for wine on movie sets? Again, like I said with wine, the vinegary taste that some wine has, a little easier to use in there. This surprisingly, especially because I only paid $6.99 for it. I'm not lying. I wish I was. I can't believe we have a winner so early. I didn't think about the whole wine vinegar. Although that's the thing, when a wine tastes like vinegar, it's trash. But this uses that to its advantage to, I don't know that they've added any vinegar to it. The ingredients are de-alcoholized red wine, grape concentrate, natural fruit flavors, carbon dioxide, potassium metabosulfite to protect the natural flavor, clarity, and color. That's it. Made and bottled by Chateau Diana Winery, Healdsburg, California. 8 fluid ounces, 80 calories a serving. We sure there's not alcohol in this? 80 calories a serving, probably about half of what you'd have in an actual glass of wine. Speaking of old school sparkling grape juice is non-alcoholic champagne. I mean, that's what I had every New Year's for the first 10 years of my life, probably. Well, cheers, Chateau Diana. You know what's funny? I'm like, oh, Chateau Diana, pretty good non-alcoholic wine. Get their regular rosé, garbage. I'm just kidding, I don't know, but thanks Chateau Diana. Surprisingly drinkable. It doesn't just taste like grape juice. There is a, like I said, it's got that kind of vinegary quality. It's got some subtleness. You could give this to a white girl and she'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm so drunk. That's how convincing it is. Let's see if we can say the same for Saint Viviana. The biggest disappointment was that, and you should never do this, whether alcohol or alcohol-free. The other bottle of wine that I intentionally bought, it looked nicer. It was a nicer bottle, but we have this. This Cabernet has a bright nose of ripe blackberry and plum. Coffee, vanilla, and toast notes round it out. The fruit continues in the palate with black currant, dark cherry, and sweet baking spices. The wine is ripe and rich with a dusty cocoa powder finish. This Cabernet pairs well with steak or other rich and intense dishes. Yeah, Chateau Diana is a lot less up their ass than Saint Viviana, I will say that. Again, on the nose, it smells like wine, but it also doesn't. Both screw tops, by the way. Looks thick. We didn't test the legs on the other one. No legs. No, not really. Yeah, should we get it? Should I hold a flashlight up to it? It really, yeah. It does have a deep red smell without the hit of alcohol. It's very interesting. Not what I expected. I think this only has a 3.2. Do these people not like wine? It's dry on the palate. There's subtleness in different flavors in there. I don't know if it's all the flavors they talk about on the bottle, but what I'm most surprised with this is like the mouthfeel, which I think is probably pretty important as far as a substitute / replacement goes, is that it feels like you're doing the same thing. I think it's why we'll talk about that a little bit more with the beer. But yeah, I mean, it's a little easier in rosé because rosé is just smooth and light, but with something like a cab where there is that dryness to it. That's it. I'm impressed. It does have that dryness, but has like a wateriness to it. I don't know, I already have a headache. Wait, was that something somebody said? They got a headache from something? Contains sulfites, but doesn't regular wine have sulfites? Yeah, I mean, it's not super watery, but you can just tell. Where does cab rank on like the dryness scale? Anything else to say about this? Cheers, I guess. Unless I end up getting a headache after this. Very surprised. Saint Viviana, 3.2 stars on Amazon. I'm not sure those people really enjoyed wine. And like I said, I'm not the biggest cab sav drinker, so maybe I'm mistaken, but I'm pretty sure they're wrong. One of the biggest things I expected, and I'm sure that alcohol-free everything has got better over the past decade or whatever, but when I just expected stuff to not have the flavors. Starting to drink these, like thinking about the things like mouthfeel and does it feel like you're actually drinking what it's supposed to replace. Those are the biggest things, and these two do that fairly well. I mean, I don't know as far as getting them easily. Obviously, Saint Viviana everywhere. But if you like rosé, find yourself some Chateau Diana. Maybe the other thing, non-alcoholic should ship everywhere. I don't know if there's still any restrictions. I would think not, since Amazon sells. Since these aren't the same wines, I'm not gonna pit them against each other, but I would say 7 out of 10 a piece. Certainly not a 3.2 stars on Amazon. I don't understand. That's like a 6.4 out of 10. I'm sitting here trying to find something wrong with them. They're fine. I mean, I've had $20 bottles of wine that are better than this, but if your goal is to keep drinking wine but not have alcohol in it, then yeah, I think this is probably good for that. Cheers. Now last sip, I almost got a little vinegar taste. I don't know, let's move on before I change my rating. Ventorius, we're out of beer. We're actually just about to try some non-alcoholic beer. Is that good enough for you? So for beer, we have Bero, Tom Holland's brand new non-alcoholic offering, and Elvis AF from Brewdog in Columbus. I'm a big fan of the alcoholic version of this, so figured it was worth trying out the alcohol-free version. Maybe we'll do that one first. I just feel like the Bero thing is a very dramatic unboxing. Certified carbon negative company, by the way. More grapefruit, non-alcoholic grapefruit IPA. I think the normal one is called Elvis Juice. I don't know if this is any different, but it's also an IPA. Near beer, almost so high, 2.3 grams of carbs, only 20 calories. If you're doing dry January, it has the double effect of also, if you're trying to lose some weight in the new year, get on a bit of a health kick, cut down on your calorie consumption. Does grapefruit have to do with Elvis? You want to be skinny. Not drinking your calories, always a good goal. Yeah. It smells grapefruity. It smells IPA-ish. It tastes like a beer. It tastes like, it's actually, I don't think it's as flavorful as Elvis juice, but by a thin margin. Like a slightly watered down IPA. None of the flavors are as strong, but it's not bad. I think beer and wine drinkers might have it the best when it comes to finding a non-alcoholic version of their favorite alcoholic beverage. Bit unfair if you ask me. Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything negative to say about it. I keep drinking it, like waiting for the alcohol to be there. I'm trying to think the last time I had Elvis juice, it's been a while. It was one of my favorite beers from them. And this, like I said, really close. Maybe we should pour it in a glass and see what it looks like. Although I will say out of a can, kind of good enough. In the kitchen, looking for glasses. Those will work. A couple classic pint glasses. They have dry January variety pack. Does Brewdog have it? My cousin was actually the one that had 2 of everything, but I didn't have another beer that I was really interested in trying. And my cousin mentioned them, and I remembered seeing this. Oh, but she mentioned that there was she thought they had a variety pack. I actually got this tonight, went to my beer distributor, got there 5 minutes before they closed, close sign on the door. New grocery store that just opened up in the plaza next to them had this. We got our Great Lakes Christmas sale. Keep it in the state. Pour the whole thing in there, but. Whereas alcoholic things, sometimes they breathe, they let out flavor, they have some more. I feel like this, like some of the flavor escaped. So that's a bit of a bummer. But I mean, looks like beer, tastes like beer, must be beer. My only suggestion, drink this out of a can because it's not as good out of a glass. Kind of the opposite of usual of beers, usually. I would say IPAs and craft beers usually do really well in a glass. But I will say for a non-alcoholic beer out of the can, I think I give this like an 8. Out of the glass, it's like a 7. So I think there's an IPA in the Bero pack, but Bero? So I have something to compare it to. Let's find out. This is Tom Holland's new non-alcoholic beer brand. They got me with the Instagram ad. I think this is an 18 pack of the 3 different kinds of beer they have, but I haven't opened it up yet, so I guess we're gonna find out if they sent me the right thing or not. I think there's a 12 pack that has all 3 of their beers in it. Those were sold out, so I got the 18 pack. So I really hope I like this. Yeah, it's a Pilsner Lager IPA. So without doxing myself, I said without doxing myself. I realized they got my address all over this thing. Best Brilliant Bero. It says something interesting on the side. What is it? Born in London, crafted in America, enjoyed worldwide. This is a brand new product, Tom. Calm down. Only use sharp objects with the guidance of an adult. Nora, I know it's not alcoholic, but it's not for you. Oh my gosh, his face is the first thing I see. Oh, if he fell. There he is. Looking pretty good in that photo, Tom. Little message on the back. Thank you for choosing Bero. Your trust means the world to us, and we are so glad you're here. Bero is born out of a personal journey and a desire to enrich the beer drinking experience. We are not just another non-alcoholic beer. We are a premium brand, crafted for those who seek a more balanced lifestyle without compromising taste and enjoyment. With every sip, you can expect supreme ingredients, remarkable taste, and the certainty that nothing will get in the way of savoring every moment. There's actually a typo here. They missed a space. Drinking is more than just quenching thirst. Thirst is survival. Drinking is living. And at Bero, we live without compromise. I'm not sure any of those things are related. Bero for brunch? Brilliant. Friday night date? Consider it sorted. Fancy it. I feel like I need to read this in a British accent. Bero for brunch? Brilliant. Friday night date? Consider it sorted. Fancy a quick 9? With pleasure. There's nothing like realizing they missed another space. Nothing like realizing that you don't have to lower your standards to exceed expectations. There's nothing like Bero. I don't know why is that my default English accent now? Building Bero is one of my proudest achievements, and I am so excited to share it with you. Your support of Bero means everything to me. Here's to living a life enriched. Cheers, Tom Holland, founder. Tom, get somebody to proofread. 2 spaces you guys missed. What is this? Written by AI? It's very much car commercial accent. Back to the unboxing. So this is, like I said, this is it's an 18 pack. I was wrong about what kind of beers are in here. Bero. Fancy packaging. So, Noon Wheat. There's a wheat beer. That's what I forgot about. The Edge Hill, we're Edging Hill, hazy IPA. And then the Kingston Golden Pilsner. Which one was his fave? Oh, he likes the hazy IPA. Where did we see this? Jimmy Kimmel? No. These are nice little boxes. One of those talk shows. What should we try first? Should we start with the IPA? IPA, Noon Wheat, Kingston, or should we save Tom's favorite for last? Okay, never mind. The packaging is not nice. It's all over me. Go light to heavy. Wheat Pilsner IPA. I mean, the wheat, I'm not a fan of wheat beer, so we may as well start with my least favorite. Club Bero. Join our exclusive loyalty program created to give back to our most loyal and active fans. Scan the QR code inside to learn more. I don't see a QR code. I mean, one thing I will say about this, the branding goes hard. Like, it is very clean. Even though the name kind of dumb, I do like how it all looks. I wonder if this is a situation where, I mean, he said that he went to somebody and was like, can we make this non-alcoholic beer? But I wonder if it was a situation where he went to somebody and was like, hey, can I buy your non-alcoholic beer? Established 2024. All right. Yeah, good sound, good can sound. Recess had a terrible can sound. A little too upscale for such a jokey name. Smells like a wheat beer. That's one of the most enjoyable wheat beers I've ever drank in my life. But yeah, I don't know what it is about. A lot of wheat beers have this kind of weird, weedy taste to them. I don't know what it is, but this doesn't have that. Maybe it is something in the actual alcohol of wheat beers, but this has like a little citrusy note, the lightness of the wheat, but without like the weird flavor I feel like, because it reminds me of Blue Moon with the citrus, but it doesn't have, like every wheat beer I can think of having has like just like a weird flavor in it that I don't like. Do we have nutrition facts on any of these? Tom? Cloudy and classic, perfect citrus finish, bright and sessionable. Ingredients: water, malted barley, malted wheat, malted oats, hops, yeast, and other natural flavors. I haven't had a Blue Moon in ages. I kind of want one. This is just gonna make me want to drink the alcoholic version. Yeah, this is the second time. We started the whole thing with what I thought was gonna be my least favorite. We started beer with what I thought was gonna be my least favorite, and it's my favorite version of that thing. Golden Pilsner. What else is a Pilsner? Budweiser's a lager. What's like a famous Pilsner? Makes me want to kiss Tom. It doesn't? Okay, Heineken. Oh, so we're looking for that skunky flavor. I mean, I knew something was named for where he was from. Somebody just said that non-alcoholic Guinness was pretty good, which I could see. I think the stronger a flavor something alcoholic has, the more easier it is to mimic, except apparently for whiskey, rum, tequila, and gin. So all the cans got the same branding. This green looking a little dark. A fresh take on the bright and timeless, crisp European pills. We call it pills. Nice thing about this taste test, I can drink all night and the most that happens is a bathroom break. True. If I was gonna do an alcoholic version of this taste test, I'd have to do it in three to four different sittings. Good can sound, Tom. Okay. It's got that kind of Heineken flavor, not in the same way. Like you could kind of tell it's fake. It's a little bit heavier. I don't know how else to describe it. It's a little bit heavier of a flavor than like a Heineken. Because Heineken's like, it's got that skunkiness, but it's kind of like a little bit more light and open. This feels a little heavier. It's not bad. I like the Noon Wheat better, which is funny because if you were gonna give me the option to have a wheat beer or a Heineken, I would pick a Heineken. But it's missing a little bit of that bite. Yeah, I almost wish there was, like the more I drink it, the more like it's more imitation than I think it needs some more bitterness. Although, you know, it's his favorite. Maybe this is like crafted to be more like a Pilsner he enjoys. I don't know. I haven't had a lot, so maybe it's more like something else. Excuse me. Burping and bathroom breaks. All this taste test gives you. All right, and last but not least, the one that we have a direct comparison / competitor for, the Hazy IPA, Edge Hill. I'm just glad that most of the stuff is drinkable. Like, granted, Amazon gift cards, whatever. I mean, I did pay for the beer, the cheap bottle of wine, and 1 bottle of liquor out of pocket. Last but not least, Edge Hill, Hazy IPA. Hand's a little sticky for some reason. Juicy New England style, tropical, and refreshing, smooth, and hop forward. Is this more bad writing? Juicy New England style, tropical, and refreshing, smooth, and hop forward. Does not seem like a well-written sentence. He said this was a classic IPA. It's not as strong out of the can. The smell as Brewdog. A little more muted, but the flavor carries throughout. Where our classic IPA is not as hoppy. It's very smooth. That might be my favorite. Yeah, it's not super strong. I don't know what's doing that. Kind of like the Brewdog when we poured it into the glass. It was kind of lost some of that flavor. I think it's almost like that. This is obviously still in the can. Could do a glass test just to see how any of these other ones do in glass. I have one here. Oh wow, look how light that is. Although it is a hazy, isn't it? It looks like one. I think they drink them out of glasses on Jimmy Fallon, actually. Yeah, somewhere in between there, because wheat gets that cloudiness too. Or maybe the yellow color. I think it does a little bit better out of the glass than the Brewdog. I think it's probably better out of a glass, like the flavor holds up, but it's not as good in the first place as the Brewdog. This is the Kingston Pils. Also seems very clear. This smells like straight beer. Yeah, I think something with this, they lose their flavor in a glass. Last but not least, for the glass, Noon Wheat. See, that seems very clear, very light. And not bad. For me, all of the alcohol-free beers seem to lose some of the flavor in a glass. Yeah, but I just think like any wheat beer I can think of doesn't quite look like that. I think these are all maybe a little lighter than their alcoholic counterparts, just all around. But all pretty drinkable. And having not tried any alcohol-free beers before, I'd say, Tom, you did all right. As far as the 3 initial Bero flavors are concerned, I think Pilsner probably my least favorite, then the Hazy IPA, and then the Noon Wheat, which I actually can't believe I'm saying, as somebody who's not a huge fan of wheat beers. Cheers, Tib. Thanks for making this possible. But before I rank them, let me know what you think of Bero and if there are any other non-alcoholic beers I should try down below. And for the overall taste test, where does Brewdog land? It is better than their IPA, and for me, I think it ties with the Noon Wheat as far as being just good, drinkable, sessionable beer. Bero point scores 7.5, 8. Whatever ties the Noon Wheat with the Brewdog. Well, I don't know how to feel because I'm not drunk, but I suppose I am pleasantly surprised. A little bloated, a little full. The good news is I won't be hungover tomorrow, which means I can read all your comments when you let me know which non-alcoholic stuff you like down below, and if you tried any of the things I have, what you thought of them. I'd say the good news is if you do want to give alcohol up either for a limited amount of time for New Year's resolution or permanently for any of the multitude of reasons you might do that, you have some good alternatives and some bad ones. And that maybe I am inspired enough to continue not drinking through the rest of January, at least. I mean, we're already halfway there. I haven't drank since New Year's. But until next time, cheers. Right as I'm about to actually start. What are you doing, girl? Pile your bed here so you can lay down, relax, enjoy the stream. We're just streaming. Nothing too exciting going on. We're just trying some beverages. No need to feel anxious. Your forehead is so soft.